Well, the Better Business Bureau is always here to give you information, make sure that you're not scammed, and give you the best information to keep you informed. And here to talk about something new is Lane Montz, President and CEO. So Lane, okay, so what I understand, if you get a check in the mail, you better check on it.
Can I pull this off? I'll pull this off. So usually we're warning about fake checks, right? And one of the great lies is the check is in the mail.
Right.
But in this particular two cases we're going to talk about, you could be getting real checks from either the FTC or the Consumer Financial Protection Bureau.
Okay, so why is this? What happened?
Well, you know, the FTC is one of the main guardians of marketplace trust at as far as government agency. FTC did not like some of the things that LASIK was doing, and they felt that LASIK had engaged in some bait and switch by promoting $300 LASIK eye surgeries that only a small fraction of people qualified for, and so they have $1 million they're distributing to about 12,000 people nationwide.
Wow, so if you see a check from LASIK, right, or FTC?
It would be from LASIK.
Okay, it'd be from the company itself.
I believe so, yep.
So, but maybe still check and call, because you never...
You never know.
I'm such a skeptic with everything anymore, Lane.
Oh, I know, but you know, in this case, I think you can take the good news with a smile. FTC.gov. That's, you know, there'll be resources there. They're always posting resources whenever they have ordered a refund through some sort of civil action that they bring. Then you can find details there, and of course we would encourage people to do that if they get a check.
Right.
Or if they filed a claim and they don't get the check, they should go there as well.
Right, and then the possibility they could be getting a different check from another company? Is that...
Yeah, so the Consumer Financial Protection Bureau came down on an Ohio-based financing company. It's not a bank, it's a non-bank consumer financing company called Tempo, T-E-M-P-O-E, Tempo LLC. And Tempo does lease purchase arrangements for consumer products like appliances, jewelry, toys, and they felt that Tempo had engaged in some deceptive leasing terms. So 325,000 people across the country are getting over $17 million. So that's a big one.
Right.
And that's more common. So it is definitely possible people could get checks. I believe I looked it up, and there's something like 38,000 going out in Ohio.
Yeah, and that went all the way back from like 2015, I believe.
Yeah, the government actions are always behind schedule. The wheels of government do grind slowly, but they grind.
But they grind,
yeah. They grind,
so some of the stores that, you know, maybe they purchased from was, say, Sears, Kmart?
You know, the press release didn't really talk about that.
Okay.
So I can't speak. I don't want to say. I don't want to put a name out there that might be wrong. But I do know, I suspect some of them, or a lot of them, were online purchases.
That makes sense, yeah.
And then you get this lease purchase agreement, which allows you to pay for the item over time. But there are requirements, certain disclosures that have to be provided, and then there are terms, and of course we know the fine print, right, is very tiny, and what the front page giveth, the back page taketh away, and so the CFPB did not like some of those terms.
All right, so possibly two different checks, two different companies. You might be getting in the mail. Usually it's too good to be true, but in this case...
It could be true. Don't get your hopes up. I don't want to create false expectations like everyone's getting these, but it is nice to come and bring a little good news once in a while.
Yeah, would it just be, when it comes in the mail, would it just come as like just regular mail, or?
So they may come in the form of prepaid PayPal cards or accounts if you elected that when you made the claim. Right? So you shouldn't be surprised, because you would have had to affirmatively make a claim or register. But these things take so long that you might forget that you did it years ago. So, you know, that's why we should encourage people to check the website.
All right. Well, Lane, thanks for coming on today, giving us some actually good news for once. All right. Thanks. All right. Well, don't go away, because medical news is coming up next.